Hello everyone, this is Ivan van den Berg, Product Manager with CAD Systems. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make use of the new share and markup feature included with the cloud services on all new licenses of SOLIDWORKS CAD from 1 July. Now this can be added to any other license. Now first thing you'll need is, as I just pointed out, the 3D Experience add-in needs to be installed. If you have any questions on that front, we do have other content on how to install that, and you'll go to the Lifecycle and Collaboration tab once that add-in is installed. Now you'll see there's a button, Share a File. Selecting that, you'll see there's a few different options. We generally recommend using the 3D XML option that will allow you to share pretty much all of the data with this particular assembly while still keeping your IP private and with your own company, so they won't be able to manufacture from that. You can, of course, pick any of the other options. Now, when you hit the button, it's going to start uploading the file to the 3D Experience platform, and it's going to generate a link for you, which you can share with external stakeholders or even internal stakeholders who don't have a 3D Experience account or don't have a 3D Experience license instead. Now, when you upload and you already have an existing file with the same name in the system, it will actually prompt you if you want to update that file or upload a new file instead. So if you have the same file that keeps changing, you can actually update it directly from this interface. You don't have to first delete the file, and link and everything will also remain the same if you update the existing file. So it's actually quite useful there. Now you'll see there are a few options here. The first one allows a link that can be sent externally. There's also enabling comments, as well as a setting to restrict this to certain users, in which case you'll enter the user's details. I'm just going to untick that last option. I'm going to copy the link so I can show you guys what this would look like from an end user perspective. Now with that link, you could just email that to someone and they would have to paste that in their browser. Now that browser can be on any device, whether that is a Windows PC, a Mac, a desktop, an iPad, a phone. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's a compatible browser, you can make use of this link. So we're going to proceed going to the link. Now it is going to prompt you to log in. You can make a 3D Experience account without needing any licenses, so there's no cost or anything associated with it. In fact, you are likely already have a 3D Experience account if you've used anything like My SolidWorks or any of these SolidWorks features like the support app as well. So we're just going to paste our password in there, log in, and then we're going to wait for the content to load so we can access it and do some markup and comments on it. Now, obviously, it does have a lot of data to load. That is not a small assembly. We have there about 1,000 components, and pretty much everything I'm showing you is real time. So you'll see the upload time I showed earlier, that was real time. And you can see the information actually gets transferred quite quickly. Now, you've seen I've activated the comment section, so you can add comments like existing comments, and I'll demonstrate some of that in a second. Now, what's nice is this works with drawings as well, but you can rotate designs, zoom in, select specific components, so it will highlight things like different components, as well as do things like measure. And you can do actually quite a lot with that measurement. Obviously change the font size, as well as change the type of dimension. So we can change that. We can change the color of the dimension, as well as things like, is it a diameter, radius, and obviously you have a few different options depending on what geometry you picked for the measurement, so distance, length, angle, etc. Now we can explode the design as well. And you'll see there are steps to the explode. Now you don't need to set up an explode in SolidWorks to make use of this. This is actually based on your assembly levels. So the more assembly levels you have, the more of those little lines you'll have to explode it. And you can actually drag and drop and move any of those components around. So you see I can move these around. Maybe something is in the way, or I just need to have a closer look at a specific component as well. Now we're going to add a few different or extra markup features. So there is obviously a sort of freehand markup feature, and you can have it do things like simplify some of the geometry. So if you make a square, It'll smooth it out and make it a perfect square for you. If you want to, you would just double click on the markup. You can obviously add text as well. So in this case, we're going to ask, hey, can we change the color of the springs? Now, how do we save this markup? So you'll see there's a button in the bottom called Share as Comment. So it's going to take a screenshot of the markup we have in front of us and actually add that as a comment to the file itself. So I can say, hi, here's some of my markup. Please have a look at it. And I can like the content or the 3D file. I can reply to any of the comments, and people will receive notifications saying, hey, someone has replied to this or commented on this. So it's actually a lot of capabilities you have within this one singular tool. And that is how the share and markup work. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us, either the technical team or the sales team. Thank you.